Hello, everybody. It is I, Art Deco, back with another episode of Art Deco Opinions. If you know what that is, good. If you don't, bah! Today we will be reviewing Duel Season 3, Episode 3. What is it called? The Calendar Queens or some stupid thing. I don't remember. For this challenge, they were asked to create looks based on 1 month of the year and do a photo shoot, like a calendar shoot. You know those like fun calendars where it's like firefighters doing like, ooh, sexy pose. It's like that, but instead they make looks inspired by the months and then they take good photo shoots. So I'm excited for this. I love a design challenge. Their side quest this week was to impersonate another past contestant, and tell me why like 80% of the cast did David Puck. I was living. Probably would have been my choice too. Easy peasy. But I lived. I don't remember who was my favorite. Oh, I know who's my favorite. I'm pretty sure it was Shafrania when she brought up Battle for Dream Island. She was like, oh, I'm David Puck and I'm gonna win Battle for Dream Island. That was the funniest thing that's ever happened ever on a drag competition. Love BFDI. So Shafrania is my winner. Yeah, so now, there's not really much drama this episode, so I just kind of want to get into the challenge, and we'll discuss all the looks. So yeah. First up is Smokey Carmichael, and she got January. I think this look is cute. I do like the use of materials. The fringe is fun. The heat melting plastic, I don't remember what it's called. That is cool. I think it's a cute dress. Is it my favorite? No. I think the headpiece is a little tacky with the fringe. I just wish there wasn't fringe on the headpiece. I think the fringe on the arms kind of makes sense. Or it was like a fringe dress. I think that would have looked cute too. I also didn't mention, but they were asked to use at least 2 unconventional materials. So I think she did a good job with using them for the most part. Was it my favorite look? No. But was she beautiful? Duh, she's beautiful in everything. As for the design aspect, I think she did good. The dress itself, I wouldn't clock that it was like a design challenge dress. I think she did really good with that. Overall, I think she definitely deserved her safe. Next up, we have Hennessy doing February. Hennessy was mostly inspired by Black History Month and Black culture, and specifically music, which I really loved that take on it. This like cool, like using the discs as a headpiece and stuff. I think that was amazing. And then, mind you, this whole look is made out of newspaper or some paper, which is crazy because they did not have to make the whole thing out of unconventional materials. So Hennessy, you get my 10s because that's sickening. And then there's like a heart to represent Valentine's Day. And then the photo shoot is really cute too. I loved it. This was so sickening. Hennessy not being in the top. Oh my god, put Hennessy in the top. Hennessy is my favorite. Hennessy is my winner. I'm so excited to see what more they do. This was amazing. Next up, we have Stella Incognito, and she had March. I believe she was inspired by a daffodil. I think this is really cool. As an unconventional diva myself, I think this was super impressive. I think the design aspect in the like construction is like 10s. Well, not the construction. I mean like the volume and stuff, and like everything she did was really impressive. I think the smaller details are a little bad. Like I don't like really the dress. Everything's kind of wrinkly, but obviously she's working with like paper and plastic, so it's kind of hard to make sure that's wrinkle free. So I'm really impressed with that. What I'm not impressed with is this photo shoot. I think this photo shoot was maybe the worst of the night. She had horrible lighting, the background was bad, the angle was bad. I just don't really think this was like a good photo shoot for this. Like she just go outside. It's so beautiful outside. Just take pictures outside. Find a garden. I just didn't get it. This photo shoot really brought it down. Like honestly, she could have been safe because of this photo shoot. So yeah. Next up, we have Neon Noir. I believe she got April, and she was inspired by King's Day, Three Kings Day, which is a holiday where she's from. I think it's meh. Like, I think the headpiece is cool. I think there's cool elements to it. It just doesn't stand out in terms of like screaming April, which I know she was trying to avoid the flowers, but also like that's very April. So I think she kind of missed the mark on making sure this was kind of recognizable for the month, but I like her unique inspirations. As for the photo shoot, I think it was okay. She was like, I'm using this kaleidoscope camera, a lens, and that's really cool. And that was really the only cool part about it. She kind of had a basic background, so it was a little boring. It was just the lens that was cool. But even then, I don't think that really like did much to add to the photo shoot itself in terms of like it representing April. I just think it looked good. So yeah, next up we have Zodic doing May. And they are dressed up as a worker bee, a construction worker bee. And I think the concept of it is really funny and really good. I think the construction and the execution of it is really not good. I think it just needed more elements to it to like read more bee and also like read as a great costume, because it's just a vest and some shorts, which I mean, I like the idea of them doing like the sexy worker bee, like it's like those sexy calendars, but also like it's just kind of plain. The photos are cute. They're not amazing, but they're really good in the garden, like touching the flowers and stuff. I think that's good, but I just think it needed more. Yeah. Next we have Gwen doing June. I like the concept of doing this pride, like consumerism demon, this like corporate pride demon vibe. I think it's cool. I think this look is a mess though. I There's just a lot of ideas going on. They said that they were like this is to represent Gemini, and this is to represent this, and this is to represent that. And it kind of reminded me of Bobby's design challenge from season one, where he was basically like, yeah, this represents this and this and this and this, and he added all the elements into it instead of focusing on one. And this felt exactly like that. Um, so I just think there needed to be some refinement to it. I like that most of it was unconventional materials made from like what you'd get from an Amazon package, but I just think it was a little messy. As for the photos, I think it's just a lot to look at because the outfit's like rainbow and multicolored, the signs are multicolored. It's like a lot to look at, but I like the concept. Next up, we have Alex Electra doing July. I think this is cute, you know. Oh, no, actually, I lied. I think this is amazing from the waist up. Like, the water coming up, oh my god. I loved it. And it being made out of plastic and spray foam. Oh my god, this was so good. My problem with it is from the waist down, because this bodysuit, catsuit, pants situation is horrendous. I'm sorry. I don't understand the reason why. The pattern's there. It's very baggy. It's just like a mess on the bottom, I think. And I'm not perfect when it comes to my designing and sewing and tailoring, but like this is like crazy. Like this is like wild that it wasn't like form fitting. Just get a stretch fabric and make it a little small so it's tight. Or do like a gown. Like this as a gown would also have worked. Or if the legs were just bare, like show off your bare legs. Like I know you probably got some good legs under there. You're a beautiful woman. Show off your legs. But I think waist up, it's beautiful. Waist down. And the photo shoot was really cute. Sorry, my ear's itchy. The photo shoot was really cute. It was on the water. I like the in-person photos. Were they a little plain? Yeah, but they definitely did good for what the challenge was. Next, we have Robert doing August, and I personally think this was the most creative take on the challenge. I believe August is Brain Surgery Awareness Month or something like that. And he told his story about how he had this condition where his brain was too big for his skull, and he got into some sort of accident, and they had to do brain surgery on him to fix it. And I like the idea of the brain coming out and like being like this brain doctor monster thing. It was so good. I loved the concept. I love tying it into like personal stuff. I love tying my drag into personal stuff. as well as like just cool drag in general. And then the photos I think were really cool. I like the background tying into the colors. My one big critique was that if you're gonna put blood on a garment, you need to go all out on the blood, because like a little splatter here and there, that's not gonna cut it. I need lots of splatters. I need changes in size. I need deep red, not this pinkish red. And I wish the background also had blood on it, or like at least a little bit. I just think that could have really elevated the look. But overall, I enjoyed it a lot. Next up, we have Shafrania. Sorry, I kicked my stand. Doing September. And this was amazing. Like, people were saying she didn't deserve to be in the top. Yeah, she did. This was literally so sickening. I was obsessed. Um, this tailored suit like pant moment, this like teacher meets forest like fall vibes, so good. This photo shoot, dare I say this is the best photo shoot of the night. Like, it's so creative. The whole set was really good. She did so good. Like, I'm shocked she didn't win kind of good. Like, this was chef's kiss. I can't think of any critiques. Like, this was sickening. People were like, why is there sticks in her hair? Because she's a teacher, and like sometimes teachers put pencils in their hair. The stick is like the pencil. She is so smart. Next up, we have Heavy Cream doing August. Nope, doing October. I loved this, like making a whole suit jacket moment. I think that's really impressive. Menswear is very hard to make. I would know. I've tried. I've failed. Um, no, I just lived for this. The head in the lamp thing was super cool. I think the photos were cool. Was this my favorite look of the night? No, I think it was a little simple and plain. I think it was mostly the fabric choice. I wish the fabric was like stoned more, or like sparkly or something like that, just to draw your eye more if there was like a pattern on the fabric or something. I think that really would have really helped. But it was really cool, really well constructed. And he won, and I'm happy about it. Like, I want my kings to all get wins. I love drag kings. Next up, we have Aquaflora, and she is doing November. Oh, my Shayla. My Shayla. Aquaflora, you are one of my favorites this season. Why did you have to not do good on a look challenge? Her looks are always so cool. And then she comes out on the look challenge looking not great. Oh my god. She was doing this like druid vibe, very, very forest creature vibe. It just wasn't that good. I'm not living. I'm so upset. She's so cool. And this just wasn't that good. Like, this is probably my least favorite garment, maybe. And the photos weren't good either. It was just kind of plain. It's just, I can't even. I'm so upset.
Okay, out of drag art deco here. I gotta say, I was just being over dramatic as fuck. Aqua didn't do that horribly. I don't know what I'm on about. Aqua, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm being dramatic as hell. You did not do that bad.
And finally, we have Trans Jennifer's Gotti doing December, my birth month. Um, she was doing this like snowflake icicle moment. I think it was such a cool concept and such a big scale. I just loved it. Do I think the dress was a little plain? It was like this one fabric. I wish there was like some detail on this part specifically, because I just thought it was plain compared to the iridescent cool fabric and like the big snowflake wing stuff. But it was amazing. Do I think the photo shoot was a little boring? Yeah. I wish she did a little more set dressing. Like, if she had a snowman, put some snowflakes, put some icicles. Like, I understand the critique on the plain white background. I just wish there was more to it. But she was amazing. Honestly, she could have been in the top. I'm shocked she wasn't a little bit. So for my favorite looks of the night, I would definitely have to give it to Hennessy and Shafrania. They were definitely the standouts in terms of the looks for me, in terms of everything. Like, I wouldn't give either a critique. As for my favorite photo shoot, I would definitely have to give it to Shafrania, honestly. Hennessy's a close second, but Shafrania, like, the set was amazing. The shots were amazing. I loved it so much. I just burped. As for my least favorites, My least favorite looks were Aquaflora and Zodic. I just think they needed some refinement. I burped again. Sorry. And as for my least favorite photo shoots, it would have to be Aqua. And honestly, Stella Incognito. Like, she had such a good, like, look but the photos were just so bad. I just, like, can't. Like, needed better lighting, needed a better background, just needed a better everything. As for the tops this week, it was Shafrania, Heavy Cream, and think Robert and Stella, I think. Yeah. 4 tops. Do I agree? Like, I feel like there's so many people that did good. I think Hennessy should have been on the top. I think Hennessy should have been in the top over Stella, because I think Stella's photo shoot was just dragged her down so much. And I think Transgenifa and could have been in the top, but the photo shoots were boring. And I think Alex could have been in the top, but the bottom part was just not good. Do I agree with Heavy's win? I think I would have given it to Shafrania, but I still liked everything Hennessy Heavy Cream did, so I'm not mad at it. And then the bottoms were Neon, Aqua, and Zodic, which I agree with. And then Neon was low, which I agree with, definitely. I think Zodic had one of the worst looks, and Aqua had one of the worst photo shoots, so I think them being the bottoms kind of made sense. And then they lip sync to... What the hell did they lip sync to? Guess by Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish. And this was a really good lip sync from Zodic. I think Zodic gave one of the best lip syncs of the season so far. And then Aqua. What do you mean you set your phone up against a wall and this is the only part we can see of you for most of the lip sync, and the only time we can see your full body is when your camera fell and you were lip syncing to the camera? You know you could have refilmed it, right? Like, you could have filmed it in anywhere else. Like, I was so excited for Aqua, and this episode just really disappointed me, because I was like, I thought she was going to do so much better. I thought she would have been winning the season. I was just so upset. I was so sad. But Zodic wins the lip sync, and I think it was 100% deserved. And Aqua goes home, and I'm distraught. That was one of my top 4. Like, in my predictions, I said Aqua was in my top 4, and Aqua's now gone. So I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. So with that is the end of the episode, and I'm gonna go cry because my fucking favorite just went home. Okay, bye.